All right. Okay, we're clear right, clear left. Give him a thumbs up out there, Eric. Okay, clear right and left again. Looks good. Here we go, young man.
You come out of Philadelphia at 12 o'clock. I got you inside.
lift right there.
Yeah.
Mama, we have to get off. Got a glider below us. That's Gary down there in his HP. Look at that. Alright. I just want you to keep us flying straight and level right here, okay? A little bit more to the left, just easy, nice and smooth. You don't need to get crazy here. See what happens when we get out of the lift? We get a lot of sink. That's what I'm trying to do, is get us back into that lift. Where did Gary go at his HP? I don't see him. Let's reverse the turn. Okay, now let's see if we can find that left. Probably up here. So. Alright, you got the controls there. Just keep flying right here, okay? Keep flying, don't slow us down. Get close to the ground here. I got it. Doing anything for us. There we go. There's some left finally. Once you take the controls here, Eric.
Okay.
Now, don't be moving the controls all over the place. You don't need to, right? See how you don't move the control? The plane is flying great. You don't need to jerk it all over the place, all right? Use it to keep the wings level. Keep the nose right there, all right? You got it. You got the controls. See, we're going up. We're in ridge lift. Keep the wings level. There you go. Start turning to the left, so we're going to stay out in front of the ridge, okay? This little ridge lift is going to work over here for us. That's good, that's good. That's enough. Move it up here to get around this corner. There's the lift. Alright. We got the controls. Keep us flying right here, Eric.
Okay.
Just like this. Don't let Mother Nature push you around. This is what we're trying to do, is keep the plane flying in the lift. Mother Nature's trying to spit you out. This may be a little bit more challenging than you're up for right now. I'm doing a lot more flying than you are. Alright, let's turn it around so you can do some flying. Look at that. Alright, why don't you take the controls there.
Okay.
Let's fly it back towards the IP over there. Let's turn it more to the right, closer to the ridge. Okay, there we go. Let's just see if we find some lift as we're headed back this way. Slow it down a little bit. Just right there, that's good. Right there. Look outside the airplane, don't look at the instruments. Okay, you feel that? You want to keep Mother Nature from doing that to you. Keep the plane under control. Just speed it up a little bit so we have a little bit more energy to fight this turbulence. We'll hold it right about there, okay?
Okay.
We're not finding any lift, so point it. Oh, maybe we just slip out of it. No. Alright, let's point it back at the IP. Lift. Look at that. That's what we're talking about. See if we can stay in this lift band here. Not much to talk about. Alright. We take the controls here, right? Let's fly back towards the IP a little bit. Actually, let's fly over to that water tank over on the ground beyond the IP, okay?
Okay. What is that?
That water tank right there at the base of the hill. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's start our pre-landing checklist here, alright?
Okay. Traffic.
Look for traffic. We got car on the runway, got a glider just off the side of the runway. Alright? What we got next?
Wind direction velocity.
Well, we're going to have wind that would be a fairly good tailwind if we don't go over the wires here. Well, we may just go over the wires. We'll see. Anyway, keep going through your checklist.
Runway twist.
Well, for right now, I'm going to say 1-1 right, but we're going to take a closer look here, so keep going through your checklist.
Okay. Gear down.
And welded.
Spoilers.
Check the spoilers. They're working. Alright, speed. Alright.
Speed 76 knots.
Also no traffic. Flight is range 0 Sierra is on the right 45 and then runway 1